Stop being soft to everybody. In a world where we are constantly bombarded with demands from every direction, it's easy to forget one crucial truth. You must respect yourself first. Self-respect is the foundation of every relationship you build. When you lack self-respect, you allow others to define your worth, and that's where problems start. It begins with understanding that your time, energy, and personal space are valuable. If you give them away without thought, you're teaching others that your worth is negotiable. Value your time and energy. They are the two most precious resources you have. Every time you say yes to something or someone, you are making a choice. Ask yourself, does this bring me closer to my goals? If it doesn't, then it's time to reevaluate whether that request deserves your energy. You can't afford to be soft with everyone. You must protect your resources fiercely because they determine your future. Now, this doesn't mean you should stop being compassionate. It means you need to practice tough love. Sometimes the kindest thing you can do for someone is to challenge them to rise up to their full potential. It might not be easy, and it certainly won't always be comfortable, but growth never comes from comfort zones. If you want to help someone, don't give them handouts. Give them the tools to succeed on their own. By pushing others to be better, you are truly helping them. Stand firm in your principles. Life will test you, and people will try to bend your will. But your strength comes from your commitment to what you believe in. When you live according to your values, others will take notice and respect you for it. Don't compromise on what truly matters. When you have clarity on who you are and what you stand for, no one can sway you easily. Remember the power of no. Saying no is not a rejection of others. It's an affirmation of your boundaries. It's a declaration that you know your worth, and you won't settle for anything less. Saying no is freeing. It allows you to keep your focus on what matters most. It empowers you to maintain control over your life. And that is the greatest gift you can give yourself. So stop being soft to everybody. Prioritize your self-respect, stand firm in your values, and don't be afraid to say no. It is the only way to ensure that you live the life you deserve. You are the one who holds the keys to your future. And it's time to act like it. Respect yourself first. Self-respect is the cornerstone of a fulfilling and successful life. It is the foundation from which all personal growth, healthy relationships, and inner peace stem. Respecting yourself is not just about feeling good about who you are in a superficial way. It's about having a deep acknowledgement of your worth and treating yourself with the dignity you deserve. Self-respect is essential because it determines how you allow others to treat you, what boundaries you set, and how you navigate challenges in life. Understanding self-respect. To understand self-respect, we must first look at its definition. It means valuing yourself, not as a way to feed your ego, but as a means of acknowledging your unique value. When you respect yourself, you acknowledge your strengths and weaknesses, accept your imperfections, and allow yourself the grace to grow. This inner acknowledgement creates a solid foundation for everything you do in life. When you respect yourself, you prioritize your well-being and personal development. You value your time, your mental health, and your happiness above anything else. This mindset is not about being arrogant or self-centered, but about honoring your existence in this world and realizing that you have a right to be treated with kindness, fairness, and consideration. All right, do you agree to that? The importance of setting boundaries. Respecting yourself involves setting boundaries, something many people struggle with. Boundaries are not walls. They are guidelines that allow you to protect your energy and ensure that others treat you with the respect you deserve. Without boundaries, it becomes too easy for others to take advantage of your kindness, time, and resources. People may make demands on you that drain your energy or force you into situations that are uncomfortable or harmful to your well-being. you may feel. When you respect yourself, you'll learn the art of saying no without guilt, because you understand that protecting your energy and peace is not a selfish act. It's a necessary one for personal growth. Boundaries help you maintain healthy relationships, too. When you make it clear what you will and won't tolerate, you invite people into your life who will respect those limits. It creates space for relationships where mutual respect and understanding flourish. Without respect for yourself, it becomes easy to overlook your own needs and desires in favor of pleasing others. But in doing so, you lose a sense of who you are, how self-respect translates to your actions. Self-respect is not just about how you feel about yourself. It's about how you act. Every decision you make, every interaction you have, and every opportunity you accept or reject reflects how much you value yourself. If you constantly allow people to take advantage of you, if you neglect your own needs in favor of others, or if you repeatedly choose things that harm your well-being, it's a sign that you are not respecting yourself. When you respect yourself, you make conscious choices that align with your values and goals. You protect your peace, even when that means stepping away from situations or relationships that no longer serve you. You honor your time by not overcommitting to things that distract you from your purpose. You pursue personal growth because you know that bettering yourself is the most respectful thing you can do for both yourself and those around you. The impact of self-respect on your relationships. One of the most important areas where self-respect plays a pivotal role is in your relationships. When you respect yourself, you set the tone for how others treat you. People are more likely to treat you with the same level of respect that you show yourself. If you tolerate disrespectful behavior or allow people to manipulate you, it's a clear signal to others that they can do the same. You have to set limits, and you have to be held accountable. Quite simply put it in a very simple way, self-respect ensures that you establish healthy, balanced relationships where respect, trust, and mutual understanding are present. When you stop being soft and start respecting yourself, you stop settling for relationships that drain you or make you feel unworthy. You learn to walk away from toxic people, whether they are family, friends, or colleagues, because you know you deserve more. You begin to surround yourself with individuals who uplift you, challenge you, and encourage you to grow. Your self-respect acts as a magnet for the right people, and it creates the space for deep, meaningful connections built on mutual admiration and understanding. Self-respect is key to overcoming challenges. Life is full of challenges, and how we handle them depends on how much we respect ourselves. When you respect yourself, you approach difficulties with resilience. You know that every challenge is an opportunity for growth, and you embrace it as part of your journey. You don't let setbacks define you or make you feel lesser. Instead, you understand that these challenges are temporary and part of the process of becoming stronger and wiser. Self-respect also gives you the courage to stand up for yourself when necessary. When you are faced with unfair situations or people who try to push you around, your self-respect acts as a shield. You have the inner strength to assert your rights and defend your position. This doesn't mean being combative or aggressive. It means confidently asserting your value and refusing to let others undermine it. Chapter 3. Respecting yourself is not a luxury. It is a necessity. Without self-respect, you cannot lead a fulfilled and authentic life. It is the first step toward achieving your goals, establishing meaningful relationships, and maintaining a sense of inner peace. Start by setting boundaries, making conscious choices that align with your values, and standing firm in your principles. When you respect yourself, the world will take notice, and it will begin to reflect the respect you show yourself back at you. Value your time and energy. Time and energy are two of the most valuable resources we possess. Unlike money or possessions, once time is gone, it's gone forever. Energy, too, is finite and must be managed carefully to ensure that we can function at our best. Yet in today's fast-pairing world, it's easy to overlook the importance of these resources and to give them away freely without realizing their worth. Valuing your time and energy is essential for living a purposeful life, and learning how to manage both effectively can lead to increased productivity, greater happiness, and deeper satisfaction. Time, the irreplaceable resource. Time is perhaps the most universally valuable resource in existence. Each day, you are given 24 hours, no more and no less. This means that your time is finite, and how you use it will directly impact your life's quality. People often waste time on things that are trivial, unimportant, or even harmful. Watching hours of mindless television, scrolling endlessly on social media, or engaging in gossip or negative behavior may feel comfortable in the moment, but these activities drain valuable time that could be spent in more productive and fulfilling ways. When you value your time, you become more intentional with how you spend it. You stop reacting to every external demand or distraction and start prioritizing what truly matters to you. Instead of filling your days with activities that don't contribute to your growth or happiness, you make room for the things that align with your goals and values. Valuing your time means choosing to invest it in activities that help you grow, whether that's working on personal development, nurturing relationships, pursuing your career, or simply taking time to rest and recharge. One of the best ways to value your time is to set clear priorities. What matters most to you? What goals are you working toward? Once you answer these questions, you can structure your day around your priorities. This will help you avoid getting lost in tasks that don't move you forward. You'll find that when you value your time, you become more focused, efficient, and effective, making the most of each moment. Energy, the fuel that drives you. Energy is just as important as time, if not more so. You can have all the time in the world, but without the energy to take action, it's all for nothing. Energy is the fuel that drives you to pursue your goals, face challenges, and build your dreams. However, like time, energy is finite. If you use it unwisely, you'll find yourself feeling drained, exhausted, and unproductive. When you value your energy, you become more aware of how you spend it. Are you expending energy on activities or people that drain you, or are you investing it in things that inspire and energize you? Every decision you make impacts your energy levels, whether that's choosing to engage in a healthy habit, pursue a fulfilling activity, or setting boundaries with people who drain your energy. To protect and conserve your energy, it's essential to learn to say no. Saying no is not a rejection of others. It's a necessary act of self-preservation. It's about knowing that your energy is limited and that you must use it wisely. You must resist the urge to overcommit or take on tasks that you don't have the energy to complete. Learning to say no to people, projects, or situations that don't align with your goals or values is an act of self-respect and energy management. Moreover, self-care plays a vital role in maintaining high energy levels. Physical health, mental well-being, and emotional stability are all key factors that contribute to your overall energy. Regular exercise, a balanced diet, quality sleep, and mental relaxation practices, such as meditation or journaling, are all vital to keeping your energy reserves high. When you make these activities a priority, you will find that your energy levels improve, and you can direct your focus toward what truly matters. The link between time and energy. Time and energy are deeply interconnected. How you manage one directly impacts the other. If you are wasting time on unimportant tasks, it will drain your energy, leaving you exhausted and less able to focus on your true priorities. On the other hand, when you are efficient with your time, you conserve your energy, allowing you to be more productive, focused, and driven. To manage both your time and energy effectively, consider planning your day with intention. Identify the most important tasks that will bring you closer to your goals and complete those first. This is often referred to as the eat the frog approach, where you tackle the most difficult or energy-draining task early in the day, when your energy levels are highest. By doing this, you will have the mental clarity and physical energy to tackle everything else more efficiently. Avoiding energy drainers. Another essential aspect of valuing your energy is learning to avoid energy drainers, people or situations that sap your strength without offering any positive return. These energy drainers might come in the form of negative relationships, toxic environments, or unnecessary stressors that weigh you down. While you cannot completely eliminate all energy-draining factors, you can reduce your exposure to them by setting boundaries, choosing positive environments, and seeking out people who lift you up rather than bring you down. Maximizing your potential. When you truly value your time and energy, you unlock your full potential. You become more focused, productive, and aligned with your goals. You stop wasting time on things that don't matter and begin using your time and energy in a way that brings you closer to your highest self. Valuing your time and energy allows you to live with purpose, direction, and fulfillment. It's not about being perfect, it's about making conscious choices that prioritize your well-being and success. Time and energy are the resources that shape your life's trajectory. Once you understand their value, you can start using them intentionally. The key to a more productive and fulfilling life lies in making choices that honor these precious resources and invest them in what truly matters. Your future self will thank you for the decisions you make today. Don't let fear control your decisions. Fear is one of the most powerful emotions we experience. It has evolved as a survival mechanism, keeping us safe from danger, alerting us to potential threats, and helping us make quick decisions in moments of crisis. However, in today's world, fear can also hold us back, prevent us from taking action, and stop us from achieving our potential. Letting fear control your decisions can be debilitating, leading to missed opportunities, unfulfilled dreams, and a life lived in the shadows of what could have been. Learning how to manage and overcome fear is essential to taking control of your life and making decisions that align with your goals and values. The nature of fear. At its core, fear is a response to uncertainty. It arises when we are faced with the unknown, when we don't have control over the outcome of a situation, or when there is potential for failure. Fear often distorts our perception, magnifying the worst-case scenario and making it seem like the only possible outcome. While fear can be useful in certain circumstances, such as when it helps you avoid a dangerous situation, it can also be paralyzing when it comes to taking risks or stepping outside of your comfort zone. In many ways, fear is rooted in our thoughts and how we interpret and respond to events. If we perceive a situation as threatening or risky, fear takes over and influences our actions. However, fear is not always based on reality. Often it is exaggerated by our minds, and the actual risks we face are not as severe as we imagine. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, and fear of the unknown are some of the most common fears that hold people back. These fears can lead us to make decisions that are safe, comfortable, and predictable, but they are also the very things that keep us from growing and achieving our true potential. How fear affects our decisions. When fear governs our decisions, it can cause us to stay in our comfort zone. Fear of the unknown can prevent us from trying new things or taking on challenges. The comfort zone is a place where we feel safe, but it is also a place where growth doesn't happen. By sticking to what we know, we avoid discomfort and uncertainty, but we also avoid the possibility of progress and success. Avoid risks. Fear often tells us that taking risks will lead to failure. This fear of failure can paralyze us, making us hesitant to take action, even when the potential rewards far outweigh the risks. As a result, we may miss out on opportunities that could change our lives for the better. Overthink and second-guess ourselves. Fear can cause us to overanalyze situations, weighing every possible outcome and worrying about every worst-case scenario. This often leads to indecision and inaction, as we become paralyzed by the thought of making the wrong choice. The longer we stay in this state of overthinking, the more difficult it becomes to make any decision at all. Seek approval from others. Fear of rejection or judgment can lead us to make decisions based on what others think, rather than what is best for us. This fear of disapproval can make us conform to societal expectations or the opinions of others, even when these decisions don't align with our true desires and values. Perpetuate self-doubt. Fear often makes us question our abilities and worth. It leads to a constant cycle of self-doubt, where we feel unqualified or incapable of achieving our goals. This lack of confidence can lead to poor decisions, procrastination, or a failure to even attempt our dreams. Overcoming fear and taking control. While it is natural to feel fear, it is crucial that you do not let it control your decisions. Instead, learn to manage and reframe your fear so that it no longer holds you back. Here are some strategies to help you overcome fear and make empowered decisions. Acknowledge the fear. The first step in overcoming fear is to acknowledge it. When fear arises, don't try to suppress it or ignore it. Instead, recognize that fear is a natural emotion, but it doesn't have to control your actions. By acknowledging your fear, you can begin to distance yourself from it and take a more objective look at the situation. Reframe the fear. Often our fears are exaggerated or distorted. To reframe your fear, ask yourself, what is the worst that could happen? And what is the best that could happen? By shifting your perspective, you can see that the potential rewards of taking action far outweigh the risks. Reframing fear allows you to see opportunities where you once saw obstacles. Focus on action, not outcome. Fear often arises from worrying about the outcome of our decisions. Instead of focusing on the unknown result, focus on taking action in the present moment. Action is the antidote to fear. When you take action, even small steps, you begin to build confidence and momentum. This momentum will help you overcome fear and push through obstacles. Embrace failure as a learning opportunity. One of the most paralyzing fears is the fear of failure. However, failure is not the end of the road. It's a stepping stone to success. Every failure teaches us something valuable, whether it's a lesson in perseverance, resilience, or problem solving. By changing your mindset and seeing failure as an opportunity to learn and grow, you can eliminate the fear of failure from your decision-making process. Visualize success. Fear often arises from focusing on what could go wrong. To combat this, take time to visualize yourself succeeding. Imagine yourself achieving your goals, overcoming obstacles, and reaping the rewards of your hard work. Visualization helps shift your mindset from one of fear to one of possibility and confidence. Surround yourself with positive support. Fear can be amplified when you are isolated. Surround yourself with people who support and encourage you, and who help you see beyond your fear. A strong support network can offer reassurance, advice, and motivation, giving you the courage to make decisions that align with your true desires. Take small risks. If you're afraid of making big decisions, start by taking small risks. Each small step outside your comfort zone will build your confidence and reduce your fear over time. These incremental actions will help you gain the courage to take bigger steps in the future. The freedom of making fearless decisions. When you learn to manage fear and stop allowing it to control your decisions, you unlock a world of possibilities. You no longer feel trapped by the limitations of your mind. Instead, you become empowered to take risks, seize opportunities, and pursue your goals with confidence and determination. Remember, fear is not something to be feared. It's a signal that you are on the verge of growth and change. It's a natural part of the journey to success, but it doesn't have to dictate your path. By confronting fear, reprogramming your thoughts, and making decisions that align with your values, you can take control of your life and start living fearlessly. The ability to make decisions without being controlled by fear is the key to living a life of purpose, fulfillment, and achievement. When you stop letting fear dictate your choices, you open yourself up to new opportunities, greater self-confidence, and the realization of your full potential. Set boundaries to protect your time and energy. In our fast-paced and demanding world, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by the constant pressure to do more, be more, and satisfy the needs and expectations of others. Whether it's work, relationships, or personal commitments, the demands on our time and energy can feel endless. As a result, many people end up giving away their precious resources, time and energy, without a clear sense of where they are investing them or if it aligns with their true priorities. Setting boundaries is a crucial step in protecting your time and energy, allowing you to live a life that is intentional, fulfilling, and aligned with your goals and values. What are boundaries? Boundaries are essentially limits or guidelines you set for yourself and others regarding what you are willing and not willing to accept in your life. They act as a protective shield, helping you maintain a sense of control over your personal space, time, emotions, and energy. Boundaries can be physical, emotional, mental, or even digital. They help you prioritize what truly matters, make decisions based on your own needs rather than external pressures, and protect your well-being. Setting boundaries means taking a stand for yourself. It involves being clear about your limits, communicating those limits to others, and sticking to them even when it feels uncomfortable. It may require saying no to certain requests, standing firm in your convictions, and resisting the urge to please others at the expense of your own well-being. It's about recognizing that your time and energy are limited and must be treated with respect. Why are boundaries important? Protecting your time. Time is one of the most precious resources you have. Once it's gone, it's gone. Setting boundaries helps ensure that your time is spent on activities that align with your values and goals. Without boundaries, you may find yourself constantly reacting to the demands of others, attending meetings, responding to messages, or engaging in activities that don't contribute to your success or happiness. By setting clear boundaries, you regain control over your time and can make deliberate choices about where you spend it. Preserving your energy. Just as time is limited, so too is your energy. It's easy to give away your energy to others, whether through emotional labor, taking on too many tasks, or simply being in an environment that drains you. Without boundaries, you may end up feeling exhausted, burned out, and depleted. By setting emotional and physical boundaries, you ensure that your energy is protected and only directed toward people and activities that replenish rather than drain you. Maintaining your mental and emotional health. Boundaries also help protect your mental and emotional well-being. In relationships, whether personal or professional, it's easy to become enmeshed with others' emotions, problems, or needs. Without clear boundaries, you may find yourself taking on more than you can handle, leading to stress, anxiety, and emotional fatigue. Setting emotional boundaries allows you to maintain your sense of self, prevent overwhelm, and protect your peace of mind. Building healthier relationships. Boundaries are essential for creating and maintaining healthy relationships. They foster mutual respect, trust, and understanding. When you set boundaries, you communicate to others that you value your time, energy, and well-being, and you expect the same from them. Boundaries also help prevent resentment from building up, as they allow you to say no when necessary without feeling guilty or overwhelmed. Healthy boundaries also encourage others to respect your limits, which leads to more fulfilling and balanced interactions. Increased productivity and focus. When you set boundaries, you are able to prioritize your most important tasks and activities. You stop wasting time on things that are not aligned with your goals, and you eliminate distractions. This results in higher productivity, better focus, and more significant progress toward your personal and professional goals. Boundaries help you avoid burnout by allowing you to concentrate your energy on what truly matters, while also giving yourself the time to recharge when needed. Types of boundaries to set. Physical boundaries. These involve your personal space and physical presence. It's about deciding when and how you want to be around others and when you need time alone. Physical boundaries might include setting limits on how much time you spend with others, asking for personal space when needed, saying no to physical touch or proximity that makes you uncomfortable. Emotional boundaries. These protect your emotional health by allowing you to manage how much emotional energy you invest in others. Emotional boundaries may involve saying no to people who drain your emotional energy, deciding not to take on the emotions or problems of others, allowing yourself to express your emotions freely without feeling guilty or responsible for others' emotions. Time boundaries. Time boundaries are about managing your schedule and prioritizing your tasks. These boundaries help you ensure that you are not overcommitting or spreading yourself too thin. Time boundaries might include setting specific work hours and sticking to them, saying no to activities or events that do not align with your goals or values, scheduling downtime to relax and recharge. Mental boundaries. These involve protecting your thoughts and beliefs, Mental boundaries help you maintain your sense of individuality and not let others impose their opinions or beliefs on you. Mental boundaries include refusing to accept harmful or toxic opinions from others, setting limits on how much information you take in, especially negative or unhelpful content, choosing what to focus on based on what aligns with your goals. Digital boundaries. In today's world, digital boundaries are becoming increasingly important. The constant flow of emails, messages, and notifications can drain your energy and disrupt your focus. Digital boundaries might include turning off notifications or setting specific times to check email and messages, limiting your social media use, or setting boundaries around when and how you engage with digital platforms, setting clear guidelines for digital communication with colleagues, friends, or family members. How to set boundaries effectively. You know what you need. The first step in setting boundaries is to understand your own needs. Take the time to reflect on where your time and energy are being drained and where you need to draw the line. What do you need to feel balanced, healthy, and fulfilled? Once you know your needs, you can set boundaries that protect and support those needs. Be clear and assertive. When communicating your boundaries to others, it's important to be clear and direct. Avoid ambiguity or hesitation. For example, instead of saying, "I might be able to do this," say, "I cannot take this on right now." Being assertive means expressing your needs with confidence without being apologetic or overly accommodating. Practice saying no. One of the most powerful tools in setting boundaries is the ability to say no. It's important to remember that saying no is not a rejection of others, but rather a way of respecting yourself and your limits. Start small by saying no to less important requests and gradually build your confidence in saying no when it matters most. Be consistent. Setting boundaries is not a one-time event. It requires consistency. Once you've communicated your boundaries, stick to them. If you allow others to push past your limits once, it will be harder to maintain those boundaries in the future. Consistency builds respect and teaches others to honor your limits. Be prepared for pushback. Not everyone will respect your boundaries immediately. Some people may try to challenge or dismiss them, especially if they are used to you being more accommodating. Stay firm in your boundaries and reinforce them calmly and respectfully. It may take time, but eventually, people will learn to respect your limits. The benefits of setting boundaries. When you set boundaries, you create a foundation for a healthier, more fulfilling life. You protect your time, energy, and well-being, and in doing so, you become more productive, focused, and aligned with your true goals. Boundaries help you build healthier relationships, reduce stress, and avoid burnout. Most importantly, they allow you to live a life that is intentional and in line with your values, not dictated by the demands or expectations of others. Setting boundaries is an act of self-respect. It allows you to prioritize what matters most and take control of your life. By protecting your time and energy, you make space for the things and people that truly contribute to your growth, happiness, and success. Learn to say no without guilt. One of the most powerful skills you can develop in your life is the ability to say no. Saying no is essential for maintaining your well-being, protecting your time and energy, and ensuring that your goals remain the focal point of your life. However, for many people, saying no can feel difficult, uncomfortable, or even guilt-inducing. Society often encourages people to be accommodating, to help others, and to be people pleasers. This can create a mentality where saying no feels like a rejection, even though, in reality, it's an important tool for self-preservation and growth. Why saying no is crucial. At the core of this challenge lies a fundamental truth. You cannot please everyone, and you cannot do everything. Each day presents a multitude of demands on your time and attention. From family commitments to professional obligations, social requests, and personal aspirations, your time and energy are precious resources. Saying yes to every request, while well-intentioned, leads to a dilution of your focus, energy, and productivity. The act of saying no allows you to prioritize your goals, maintain control over your schedule, and protect your mental and physical health. It is a way of asserting your boundaries and reinforcing your self-respect. Saying no when necessary isn't about being rude or selfish. Rather, It's about recognizing your limits and making choices that serve your well-being and future success. The emotional struggle of saying no. For many, saying no can evoke a strong emotional response. You may feel guilty, worried about disappointing others, or concerned that you'll be seen as selfish or uncooperative. These feelings are often the result of societal conditioning. We're often taught to be agreeable, to put others' needs first, and to avoid confrontation. While these behaviors can be valuable in certain contexts, they can also leave you feeling drained, overextended, and disconnected from your own priorities. The fear of saying no often stems from the concern that others will judge you, that relationships will suffer, or that you'll miss out on opportunities. However, it's important to understand that saying no is a form of self-care, and it can even lead to stronger, more respectful relationships in the long run. People will respect your boundaries when they see that you are clear about your priorities, and over time, they will begin to understand that your no is not a personal rejection, but a sign of respect for both yourself and them. The consequences of not saying no. When you fail to say no, several negative consequences can arise. Burnout and exhaustion. Constantly saying yes to every request and obligation spreads you too thin, leaving you with little energy or time for your own needs. Over time, this leads to physical and emotional exhaustion, preventing you from being your best self at work, at home, or in social situations. Resentment. While you might say yes to avoid conflict or to please others, you may eventually start feeling resentful. You may feel that your needs and desires are being neglected in favor of others' demands. This bitterness can affect your relationships and can erode your sense of fulfillment. Missed opportunities. By saying yes to everything, you often miss out on opportunities that align with your true passions and long-term goals. Every time you say yes to something that isn't aligned with your vision, you divert valuable time and energy away from what really matters. Loss of control. When you're constantly accommodating others, you lose a sense of control over your own life. You become reactive rather than proactive. Your schedule, commitments, and energy become dictated by others' needs rather than your own priorities and values. Poor performance. When you spread yourself too thin by taking on too many tasks or commitments, the quality of your work and your personal life can suffer. You may find yourself half-heartedly engaged in activities, unable to give your best because you're overextended. How to say no without guilt. The key to learning to say no without guilt is understanding that saying no is an act of self-respect. Here's how to navigate the process. Acknowledge your right to say no. The first step in saying no without guilt is realizing that you have the right to do so. You have the right to protect your time, energy, and emotional well-being. Saying no is not a reflection of your character or your ability to help others. It's simply a way of acknowledging that you have limited resources, and those resources need to be allocated in a way that serves your best interests. Be honest and direct. One of the easiest ways to say no without feeling guilty is to be clear, direct, and honest about your reasons. You don't need to over-explain yourself or offer elaborate excuses. A simple "I'm unable to take on that task right now," or "I have other commitments that require my attention," is often all you need to communicate your decision. This honesty helps to create clarity and reduces the chance of misunderstanding. Offer alternatives when possible. If you want to decline a request but still offer some support, you can suggest alternatives. For example, if a colleague asks for your help on a project and you don't have the bandwidth to assist, you might suggest another person who can help or offer to help at a later time when your schedule allows. This shows that you are still thoughtful and willing to support others, just within your own limits. Practice saying no. Saying no is a skill that improves with practice. Start by saying no in low-stakes situations, such as declining an invitation to an event you don't want to attend or turning down a non-essential task. Over time, you'll become more comfortable with the process and better equipped to say no when it matters most. Don't feel the need to justify yourself. You don't owe anyone an explanation for why you are saying no. Simply acknowledging that you cannot meet the request is enough. If you feel pressure to justify your decision, remember that your time, energy, and commitments are yours to manage, and you have no obligation to explain them to anyone. The more you practice this, the less you'll feel the need to apologize for setting boundaries. Stand firm in your decision. After you've said no, it's important to remain firm in your decision. Sometimes people may try to convince you to change your mind, especially if they are used to you being accommodating. Politely but firmly repeat your decision if necessary. This consistency will help others learn to respect your boundaries. Deal with the guilt. Feeling guilt is a common emotional response when you first start saying no, especially if you're not used to it. It's important to acknowledge the guilt, but not let it control your behavior. The more you practice setting boundaries, the less guilt you will feel over time. Remind yourself that saying no is a sign of self-care, and it is essential for your long-term success and happiness. The long-term benefits of saying no. Mastering the art of saying no brings a wealth of benefits. Increased focus. By saying no to distractions and non-priorities, you create space for the things that truly matter. You can concentrate on your goals, projects, and personal growth without being constantly pulled in different directions. More time for what you value. Saying no gives you the freedom to prioritize the things and people that align with your values. You'll have more time to devote to activities that contribute to your well-being, happiness, and personal success. Stronger relationships. Saying no doesn't mean you are rejecting people. It means you are taking care of yourself. In the long run, people will respect you for setting boundaries, and you will build more authentic, healthier relationships based on mutual respect. Better quality of life. Saying no helps you maintain balance in your life. It reduces stress, helps prevent burnout, and allows you to live more intentionally. As you become more deliberate with your time, you'll experience greater fulfillment in both your personal and professional life. Increased self-respect. Ultimately, learning to say no without guilt is an act of self-respect. It demonstrates that you value yourself, your time, and your energy. By setting clear boundaries and sticking to them, you reaffirm your worth and your commitment to living a life that is true to your goals and values. Saying no without guilt is a crucial skill for personal success and well-being. It's not about being selfish. It's about protecting your most valuable resources, your time, energy, and mental health. When you learn to say no with confidence and clarity, you will reclaim your life, improve your focus, and foster deeper, more respectful relationships. Most importantly, you'll be able to direct your time and energy toward what matters most to you, allowing you to grow, succeed, and thrive. Thank you.